Elizabeth at A Literary Princess. If you are new here, welcome. I am a 6-year PhD candidate in English literature with a focus on Victorian women novelists. And as you might expect, I love to read. Today I have a book haul for you. Yeah. There's a lot of them. I feel like every year I'm like, I'm gonna buy less books, and then I don't. So to be fair, quite a few of these were free. I'm pretty sure that's what I said last time too. But yeah. Let's jump in. The first 5 books that I have are ones that I have actually already showed because I read them in April for Picture This, and they are all picture books. So first we have Little Red Riding Hood, written by and illustrated by Trina Shart Hyman. St. George and the Dragon, written by Margaret Hodges and illustrated by Trina Shart Hyman. Swan Lake, which doesn't have a dust jacket. Ugh. Written by Margot Fontaine and illustrated by Trina Shart Hyman. Ghost Cat by Eve Bunting and illustrated by Kevin M. Barry. So cute. And The Wild Swans, written by Amy Ehrlich and illustrated by Susan Jeffers. The next 2 are ones that I bought from somebody over on Tumblr who was unhauling some stuff. And the first one has no cover because it's a naked hardback, but this is Jamaica Inn by Daphne du Maurier. I'm really excited to read this one. I loved Rebecca and my cousin Rachel, and this was the next one I wanted to get to. It came up on my TBR for May, so we'll see if that happens. But yeah, very excited. The other one is Ice by Sarah Beth Durst. This is a retelling of East of the Sun, West of the Moon, which is a fairy tale that I'm very fond of. And that's actually been on my radar since high school, but I just never ended up picking it up. So when I saw this person selling it on Tumblr, I was like, mine. And they were both very inexpensive because it takes place like at an Arctic research station, which is really cool. So I don't know when I'll get to it, but maybe soon because I'm craving a good fairy tale retelling right now. The next 2 were bought with an Amazon gift card that I got for Christmas. And they are both books that I have read already on ebook, but that I have physical copies of the rest of the series and wanted these as well because it's my favorite series. So first up, we've got The Sunshine Court by Nora Sakavic, book 4 in the All for the Game series, and then book 5, The Golden Raven. So happy to add these to my collection. Golden Raven is so thick. Like, look at the difference. Oh my God. But yeah, so glad to have these in physical copies so that when I read them next, it can be from a book and not my Kindle. Now we have several free ones from school. Look, if they're gonna keep putting out free books, I'm gonna keep taking them. We have a lot of professors retiring, as I said in my last book haul video. And they are just like leaving things in our department office, and our administrative assistant is just begging us to take them. So like, so first up, I have this beautiful 2-volume set of The Life of Emily Dickinson by Richard B. Sewall. Look at how gorgeous this is. Oh, it's stunning. I actually used to have a 1-volume edition of this biography back in high school, but I gave it to a friend who was doing a project on Emily Dickinson. I'd never read it, but this is just so stunning. I needed it. And I do like Emily Dickinson. And I'm like, it's the 19th century. It's kind of my time period. It's also very heavy, so I'm gonna put it down now. Next up is a poetry collection. This is Rainbow Remnants in Rock Bottom Ghetto Sky by Thalias Moss. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her first name. So like I said, this is just a very short book of poetry. I think from the 80s or 90s. I don't know, I just figured I'd grab it and check it out And then if I don't want to keep it, I can unhaul it. But yeah, I'm trying to get more into poetry and kind of read widely within poetry. So I was like, hey, I'll grab it. Then we have Teaching Literature by Elaine Showalter. I really just grabbed this because it was by Elaine Showalter, who wrote A Literature of Their Own, which is kind of the groundbreaking work of feminist literary criticism. But yeah, this is about how to teach literature, which, I mean, I feel like I could use. I've taught literature. Obviously, I taught a Brit Lit class, but this has like teaching poetry, teaching drama, teaching theory, teaching dangerous subjects, teaching literature in dark times, the anxiety of teaching. So I don't know, I thought it could be interesting, especially if I'm going to keep teaching, which we'll see. We then have Prose of the Victorian Period. This is edited by William E. Buckler. This is a very nice Riverside edition. Yeah, I mean, this is my time period. So we've got pieces by, who do we have pieces by? Thomas Babington Macaulay, don't know him. Thomas Carlyle, do know him, haven't really read much by him though. John Henry Newman, don't know him. John Stuart Mill, I have read by him. But the thing I've read by him is not in here, so that's good. John Ruskin, heard of him. Matthew Arnold, heard of him. Thomas Henry Huxley, the name is familiar. And Walter Horatio Pater, never heard of him. But yeah, I mean, it's my time period, so I grabbed it. And then the last of these is The Last Man by Mary Shelley. So I have, like, I want to read more Mary Shelley. I've only read Frankenstein and then a short story called The Mortal Immortal. I can't remember if I said in my Regency Literature I've read and want to read video that I wanted to read The Last Man, but I do. I'm curious about it. It's the other Mary Shelley work that you hear mentioned frequently. Not as frequently as Frankenstein, obviously, but so, I mean, free copy? Yeah, I'm gonna grab it. So those were the last of the free ones from school. Next up, we have a gift from my husband. My husband, of his own volition, bought me a book. Okay, that's like crazy. He's always telling me I need to get less books. He went to a Barnes & Noble because he was looking for a book on coin collecting. And he knew that if he came home with a Barnes & Noble bag and didn't get something for me, I would be furious, which is probably true. So he grabbed me Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Moss. And this is the special Barnes & Noble collector edition, which has this gorgeous shiny cover, sprayed edges, and end papers. Ooh, it's like a really nice dust jacket too. Ooh, and then, yeah, nice naked hardcover too. No, this is like a really good quality dust jacket. Okay, anyway, I don't really know what this is about. Obviously, it's a Greek myth retelling. So, I know I've heard it mentioned because it was just released, but yeah, I don't know anything about it. He just thought since I like fairy tales, I might like Greek myth retellings, and I think he probably saw it on the display and was like, well, that's pretty. Because that was the first thing I said when I took it out of the bag. I was like, ooh, pretty. So yeah, I'm excited to give this one a try. The next two are ones that I bought for myself to celebrate finishing my third chapter and also revising my first chapter. So I made a deal with myself that for every chapter I finished, I would buy myself a Persephone book. And then I didn't do it. I kept not doing it. So once I finished my third chapter, I was like, okay, I'm buying some books. And I'm gonna buy two because I had revised my first chapter and did a really good job on it, personally, not to toot my own horn, and finished the third. So I got The Priory by Dorothy Whipple, which I've been wanting to read for a really long time. I heard great things about it from Alana Estelle. And it's been on, like, I've had it on Christmas lists, birthday lists, haven't gotten it. So I was like, I'll buy it myself. And yeah, Persephone books are so pretty. Yes, I'm petting the book, leave me alone. And then the other one I got is The Making of a Marchioness by Frances Hodgson Burnett, author of The Secret Garden and A Little Princess. This has actually been on my TBR literally since I started using Goodreads, I think, or at least very early on. But I've just never gotten a copy. Persephone books are kind of expensive, so I'm always a little bit loath to buy them. But like, these are special occasion, you know? So I grabbed this, and I'm very excited for this because I love Burnett. I love A Little Princess and The Secret Garden. I think this is for adults. But yeah, very excited. All right, only 4 left. And these 4 are all by the same author, and they are all from the same publishing company, which is a new publisher called Victoria's Archives. This, I came to my awareness through Katie from Books and Things, who was doing a giveaway for 2 books from this publisher, UK only giveaway. But I was like, well, now I need to check them out. And wouldn't you know it, they publish not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 books by Margaret Oliphant. And my hand slipped and I bought all 4 of them because I want to support publishers who are putting out little known classics. And also I wanted them. So first up, we have The Executor, the Rector, and the Doctor's Family. And I can't tell you how important it is that this edition exists now, because they have only been printed together once. I forget which company did it. But usually, like when Virago did it, they just did the Rector and the Doctor's Family. They didn't include the Executor, which, like, what? So, like, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. I'm super excited to have this. Yay. We then have Adam Graham. Graham? I don't know. I don't know. Which is one of her early books, and it's set in Scotland. I know of it because it's Margaret Oliphant, but I actually reference a review of it in my dissertation chapter on her because the reviewer says that she's being tempted to write too much. So I was like, ooh, yay. We have A Beleaguered City, which is nice and short. This is one of her kind of supernatural ones. So I'm very interested in that. And then finally, we have The Mystery of Mrs. Blencarrow and Sons and Daughters. Now, I already have a copy of The Mysteries of Mrs. Blencarrow from Persephone Books, actually, which is it's a bind up with Queen Eleanor and Fair Rosamond. I think that's what it's titled. But I don't have Sons and Daughters, so I got it anyway. So that is my latest book haul. Let me know down in the comments below. Have you read any of these? What did you think of them? What books have you bought recently? If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more of my bookish content. It has been great chatting with you. I will see you soon. Bye.